Geek Citadel.
Hey, remember the days when cooperative play meant calling your friends over? Crawl remembers. It's a game that dares you to get together with your pals and traverse a deep, dark dungeon. Sort of like what you would do in a Dungeons & Dragons game, but with more incentive to kill each other off. In this local multiplayer only title, it's you versus friends as you battle your way to the final boss. There isn't much of a story to Crawl. It quickly initiates itself as an arcade-style dungeon crawler. Similarly to titles like Legend of Zelda and Binding of Isaac, one player will run through a maze avoiding dangers and defeating enemies to earn experience points. The other 3 players will hunt the hero as ghosts and try to make it very difficult for them to reach level 10. The ghosts can possess traps, summon blobs, and seal the room as they become vicious monsters in an attempt to take down the current dungeon runner. The ghost that gets the last hit on the active hero will take over and begin their run through the dungeon. That's the gist of Crawl in a nutshell, but it carries the weight of a loot-based action-adventure game as well. The hero will shop for items that will help them survive, like spells, weapons, and small trinkets like rings and potions. The escapee starts off with the advantage against the ghost at the start, but the monsters also evolve to challenge the hero. Each monster has multiple paths they can take to become a danger to the current runner. There are warrior types with tons of health and dodge rolls, or magic classes who can cast debilitating spells but have lower health. So the monsters are never really at a complete disadvantage even if that player never becomes the actual hero. As players get deeper and deeper into the dungeons, the traps become more harrowing and different hazards will start to appear that makes it easier to take down the current hero. It's a fine balance for a 3 vs 1 style of gameplay, and it makes for some furious shouting matches. To top it all off, Crawl is an exceptional visual delight. It touches on the hint of pixel nostalgia and contains some wonderful animations. The character design for the monsters are distinct and truly gruesome. The detail that went into creating familiar monster archetypes like the Gazer are not to be scoffed at. If I had one thing to be disappointed about with the visuals, it would be the lack of variety in the backdrops throughout the randomized dungeons. All of the areas are brown rooms that could have benefited from a swamp here or a forest there. There is that local multiplayer thing that may also be a downside for some. Yes, there are bots in the game and they are really intelligent, maybe a little too intelligent. If you decide to play without friends, you'll notice that the computer will tend to handle the dungeon with a godlike demeanor. Much like an old school NES title, you'll recognize the computer calculating themselves out of near impossible odds. It's like playing against an all-knowing and indestructible Terminator at times. And that's just on the normal setting. Crawl is currently a niche title that demands you bring friends along for the ride. It's a great start for an early access title with very few bugs and some fun gameplay. Crawl receives a do play from Geek Citadel. Dungeon crawling with your friends has never felt this good or competitive. Crawl will be at its best with an online multiplayer component and a deeper level design when it's finished. Attention, attention, spread the word, we're giving away copies of Crawl. So like, comment, and subscribe to our various social channels, that's from YouTube to Facebook to Google+, and give us a reason why you think you should get a copy of Crawl. The more comments across platforms, the easier chance it is for you to win. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.